Back on the SportsMax zone, 2 days after her 17th birthday, Jamaica's schoolgirl sprint sensation Tina Clayton produced a stunning effort to win the women's 100-meter gold medal on Thursday, landing the English-speaking Caribbean's first medal at the World Athletics Under-20 Championship, this being staged in Nairobi, Kenya. Ricardo Chambers has a Day 2 story.
By Beatrice Masalinga.
All eyes were on Namibia's Beatrice Masalinga and Jamaica's Tina Clayton for the final of the women's 100 meters. It was expected to be close, but in the final analysis, it wasn't.
Masalinga in 4 gets a good start, but so does Tina Clayton. Tina Clayton has a lead in the first 50, and Tina Clayton is powering away. Tina Clayton's going to retain the junior women's 100-meter title for Jamaica, 11-11. Dominated that race. Beatrice Masalinga looked so good in the heat. She had a good start, but she could not live with Tina Clayton from Jamaica.
The 17-year-old Clayton joining Nicole Mitchell in 1992, Veronica Campbell 2000 and Brianna Williams 2018 as Jamaicans to win this title. Her time of 11.09 seconds into a minus 0.6 meters per second wind is the second fastest winning time in the championship's history, behind 11.07 by American Candace Hill in 2016. Unsurprisingly, Letsibe Tegobo took the men's equivalent in 10.19 seconds. Grenada's Nazia John finished 7th in 10.52. In the lone field event final with Caribbean interest, Jamaica's Kobe Lawrence ended 8th in the shot put with 18.32 meters. Gold went to Cuba's Juan Gomez with a stunning final round effort of 19.73 meters. Earlier, 2 Jamaicans advanced to the final of the women's 400-meter hurdles set for Sunday. Gariel White was 4th fastest in qualifying after taking her heat in 58.65 seconds. Moisha Bridgden also advanced, taking 2nd in her heat in 58.88 seconds, behind Canadian Savannah Sutherland, who clocked 58.45 to move through as the 2nd fastest. Heidi Salminen of Finland topped all qualifiers with a 58.12 seconds performance. In the men's 400-meter hurdles, Jamaicans Rashawn Clark and Devontae Archer comfortably moved into the semifinals. Clark, the training partner of 2014 and 2016 champion Jahil Hyde, cruised home in 50.93 seconds, the 2nd fastest in qualifying, while Archer stopped the clock at 52.17 to win his heat and move through 7th fastest to Saturday's semi-finals. 2 English-speaking Caribbean athletes progressed to the semi-finals of the men's 800 meters. Jamaica's Shavoni Hall advanced automatically with a 3rd place finish in his heat, 1:49.47 his time, and Handel Roban, who was beaten by Hall at the Jamaican High School Championships in May, improved his own Vincentian record with a 1:49.41 clocking to progress 10th fastest to the last 16. The semi-finals will be contested on Saturday.
Yeah, comprehensive Day 2 report there from Ricardo Chambers, highlighted, of course, by Tina Clayton's victory in the 100 meters. 3rd Jamaican, as he would have said, 4th Jamaican, in fact, 3rd Jamaican, 4th, Brianna Williams, VCB, and Nicole Mitchell, so 4 Jamaicans, and 5th Caribbean runner overall, because Anthony Strawn from Bahamas would have won in 2012 as well. But she was brilliant today. She got out very well. She took the race from the first 30 meters, and there was no stopping her after that.
And Lance, you know, yesterday we had this discussion. We were previewing the race, and we spoke about Beatrice Masalinga. And I feel like is it that we overestimated her yesterday? Or we expected too much of her? Because I feel as if Tina Clayton, once she got ahead of her, it was no stopping her.
Yeah, well, I think what happened is that, Masalinga ran 11.20 yesterday, which was significant in the heats, which was significantly faster than she went today. But I don't think she's as experienced a 100-meter runner as Tina Clayton is. Technique-wise, Tina Clayton is a seasoned, even though she's just 17 years old, a seasoned 100-meter runner. And her technique bursting out of the blocks to take control of the race just took Masalinga's game plan away from her. And in a 100-meter race, there's hardly enough time for you to recover. Tina Clayton ran an outstanding race. Masalingi was significantly slower today than she was yesterday in the heats. I'm not sure what the reason is for that, but she was just blown away by Clayton's brilliant start and technically superb efficiency of how she handled herself today.
Maybe this is me just, talking about what's trending, but remember yesterday when we spoke about Masalingi, we said that if she had won the race yesterday, the discussion would have been very different because people would have, brought up the discussion about testosterone levels and whatnot. I know we're going to be talking more about that later on the show, but do you get the sense that Masalingi probably withheld herself?
Well, it is very hard to judge that based on the performance, but I would only say that she was not as fast today as she was in the heats yesterday. She was not that well out of the starting gates, out of the blocks relative to Clayton. You see, Clayton got away from her, so Masalingi was there on her left. At this point, you were now expecting Masalingi to quicken, to try to challenge Clayton, but that challenge didn't come. Clayton just ran away from her. I would suspect that she'll be a lot more potent in the 200 meters along with Mboma, her teammate. But I think the result here is basically a representation of an athlete in Tina Clayton who, although she's young, she is a very, very experienced sprinter.
Yeah.
Well trained, well coached, has great technique, and she's been running fast 100-meter times from she was 13 years old. She turned 17 just 2 days ago on Tuesday, and we're looking at an athlete who has been, really, really well coached, and up against a Masalingi who would not have had the 100-meter experience that she has had, and I think that was the main difference there. Tina does run the 200 as well. I suspect that if they were to go 200, maybe Masalingi would beat her.
Agreed, and based on what we saw from Tina today, a lot of the other Caribbean countries, and being from Trinidad and Tobago, we wonder what is the secret that these Jamaican athletes have. But we see from a very young age, they're already trained, they're already, they know exactly what they need to do to get across the line. So it's as if, Lance, you all have a factory here, and as one athlete gets out of the spotlight, another one is in for challenging.
Well, just last week we had Glenn Mills in here, and he is as top of the line as you can get, and he did identify, extremely good coaching as part of the reason why the Jamaicans have done well. And the school system here, as we have already said, is like nowhere else we know in the world, where 13, 14, 15, 16-year-olds are the beneficiaries of really solid, good, thorough coaching from well-schooled coaches, and then the competition that they get at the high school championships and also the Carifta games just put the finishing touches on their development. So when they go to global meets, they already have a background of serious competition. So it's not that difficult for them to transition, even though they're facing some of the best athletes in the world.
Definitely. On that note, we'll take a short break. We'll be back.